The story of modern security is no longer about individual systems. It's about ecosystems. Across industries, organizations are grappling with fragmented networks of legacy infrastructure, multiple platforms, aging hardware, and disconnected teams all working towards the same goal, but from different directions. The challenge is not that these systems failed. It is that the world around them evolved faster than they could keep up. Today, security, IT, and operations leaders are rethinking how to bridge decades of disparate technology into something unified, intelligent, and sustainable. They're looking beyond short-term fixes toward an architecture that can adapt, one that not only strengthens protection today, but builds resilience for tomorrow. Many organizations operate with a patchwork of solutions that were best in class when installed, but never designed to communicate. Video surveillance sits on one platform, access control and credential management sits on another, analytics, ticketing, incident reporting, and even maintenance workflows are on other platforms. Each collects valuable information, yet without context, the information never matures into intelligence. Future-proofing begins here, taking what exists and transforming it into a system of systems. That process often includes more than integration. It is modernization, aligning servers, networks, and infrastructure for scalability. Introducing APIs and middleware that allows cross-system communication, standardizing naming conventions, permissions, and even data models so insight flows freely across the enterprise. When complete, the organization no longer sees dozens of systems. It sees one environment, one source of truth, and one single operational picture. Unification is not just a technical term. It's not just a word that we're using to try to create something that doesn't exist. In fact, it's beyond that. It's a culture. When physical security and IT converge, departments begin to speak a common language of data, automation, and performance. Daily coordination becomes proactive rather than reactive. Teams no longer wait for a system to fail or an alert to escalate. They anticipate, correlate, and act before the incident happens. This convergence also extends to the business layer. Facilities, operations, and finance begin sharing visibility into how security investments impact uptime, compliance, and cost. What was once a cost center becomes a measurable contributor to the organizational intelligence. And with each modernization effort, collaboration deepens. Engineers, operators, and analysts work side by side through shared dashboards, unified credentials, and synchronized workflows, creating a security posture that is as much about people as it is about the technology. True future-proofing requires foresight at every layer. Infrastructure must be built to evolve, from security capacity and bandwidth to camera codecs and edge computing capabilities. Platforms must remain open for API expansion and software updates that not yet have been written. Equally important, operational playbooks and training must evolve alongside technology. A future-ready program anticipates not only the new tools, but new behaviors as well. Automation that can reduce operator fatigue, AI-driven analytics that surface trends, and digital twins that allow teams to visualize security posture in real time. Every modernization that I2G delivers follows this mindset. Solutions that do not just work today, but adapt gracefully tomorrow. Whether integrating hundreds of doors, thousands of cameras, or entire analytic frameworks, the design principle remains constant: flexibility, scalability, and transparency. Technology life cycles are shortening, but budgets are not expanding. This is why a future-proof approach is not just operationally intelligent, it is financially essential. By unifying systems and streamlining maintenance, organizations reduce duplicate licensing, service visits, and training costs. Lifecycle planning converts large, unpredictable capital expenditures into predictable operational costs. The shift allows leadership to reinvest in areas that drive innovation instead of playing catch up with an aging infrastructure. In essence, modernization is no longer a one-time event. It is a continuous financial strategy that lowers the total cost of ownership while elevating performance across the board. No amount of technology replaces the value of alignment. As organizations modernize, the greatest transformation often happens internally, within the teams. Unified systems bring visibility. Visibility builds trust, and trust fuels collaboration. When operators, analysts, and leadership share the same operational picture, decision-making accelerates, risk becomes measurable, response becomes orchestrated, and people begin to see security not as a department, but as a discipline that touches every part of the mission. Future-proofing, at its core, is cultural. It is about giving teams the tools and clarity to perform at their best today and for years to come. Future-proofing security is not about replacing everything that came before. It is about redefining how it all works together. It's about building an environment that learns, scales, and sustains itself as technology and threats evolve. Organizations that embrace this approach are not just modernizing their systems, they are modernizing their mindset. They are choosing resilience over reaction, intelligence over isolation, and integration over inertia. At I2G Systems, this is the philosophy behind every modernization initiative: to take what exists, make it stronger, make it smarter, and prepare it for what comes next. Because true security is not a statistic. It's adaptive, it's data-driven, and it's built to endure.